What's that? Quote, "It's like milking a mummified cow," as Del Toro puts it. You get a couple seconds of useful footage a day if you're lucky. As strange as this quote may seem, Del Toro is actually referring to his Pinocchio project during an interview with the article's company, Forbes. The film itself was actually a great success. With his adaptation of the classic tale of Pinocchio, Del Toro was able to convey deep storytelling, liveliness, and vividness all in his film using stop motion animation. And many other films have had this effect too, like Coraline and Isle of the Dogs. I have seen many movies to where they use this, and I have seen many interviews with voice actors and the animation team behind the films themselves talking and delving more into the details of what it is to make stop motion and the process of it. Today, we're going to be discussing the necessary steps of understanding what stop motion is, understanding the steps in the process of making it, and finally, the challenges that come with recording it. Understanding stop motion. What is there to get about it? Now, let's say you have an idea and you really want to put it out on paper. Not only that, but you want to see it on a silver screen one day. Well, in order to make something, you have to understand what it is that you are making. An animation company, Adobe, simply explains that stop motion animation is a more advanced flipbook style form of animation, which is the process of photographing and physically manipulating objects in the frame. So now you're an expert, right? Not yet. What kind of animation do you want to make? In which there's many. There's object animation, which is just using what is around you. Claymation, sculpting characters and props. There's cutout, which is what uses paper. Pixelation, using live actors. Puppetry and silhouettes. It's important to know what style you want to use to match the story that you're going to tell to better connect to an audience. If you're watching an action drama, the visual might be more dark and gritty. If you're watching a romance that's set in Paris, maybe there's a scene where they show more of the landscape as the love interest is going to be leaving to London soon, showing what the character is going to be leaving behind. Now that we have your story, it's time to actually build it. And with that comes puppets. Puppets give a visual impression of who your character is and a better impact of the story. A good example of what movies uses puppets are like Henry Selick's work, The Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride. What they are, mechanical puppets, which picture a metal inner skeleton made of joints while the outer is made out of silicone and clay. Henry Selick uses a method called a face replacement method. As he puts it, quote, "There is a range of expressions and emotions, and we had to do a lot of it." What what interested Henry Selick so much was the challenge of having a limitation of how much a character could convey emotion. And it's important too because it shows a more liveliness to your character and makes them more alive. It's great for captivating your audience. And not only that, but the little details in an eyebrow raise can make them further connect to it. Now you have your ideas, you have your story, and with all of this comes the final step, recording. But beware that there are challenges with recording a stop motion film. It takes a long time to take pictures of something frame by frame, especially if the idea is to gently nudge a character's limb in order to make a full-fledged motion. A lot of projects take months, sometimes even years to finish, which is why Coraline took about 4 years. ANC, a company who discusses this tedious state, explains that on average, a stop frame animator can probably produce 5 to 10 seconds of footage a day. So if you were to make something within a week, you'd probably only get 30 seconds of footage. But this long process is worth it because it is about detail and it is about care to your work. It is what better connects an audience to you. They'll be able to see your blood, sweat, and tears put into the project with how much care you put into it. Now, with all of this, you have learned understanding stop motion animation, the process of it, and the challenges that come with it. But do not be scared of it. Art is told through so many ways of expression. Storytelling is told through the different voices. If you have an idea, a passion, and you want to bring it to life, go for it. Be persistent, be patient, and be humble. Del Toro has this mindset in order to allure an audience to better appreciate his work and to enjoy his own work. If you want to use this, you go for it. If you want to keep the mindset that Del Toro has, have it and take care of it. That way you can make something just as worthwhile. Thank you.